So in this section, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to do an overview of the back office or the admin area of Prestashop. I'm not going to focus on individual parts of it because we're going to do that on upcoming sections, such as the products and categories area, the modules and themes area. I'm just going to do a quick general overview of what's available to us in the back office. So I'm at localhost/store/staff, and I'm going to log in here. And you can see we have the dashboard. When we first enter the back office landing page, we have the dashboard with some key aspects of our site. We have this graph right here, the statistics graph, which shows us all the sales for this week. So we'll have a graphical representation of how the shop's doing and what's selling. And we have above it, we have the text information for the month's activity, the amount of sales that were made, the total registrations on the site, the total orders, and even the number of page views. So there's some analytics built in as well. And next to that we have a customer service block, and customer service is basically a ticket-based system. If you've ever had an account with some kind of service that has support tickets, you would open a ticket and they would respond and until you got the issue cleared up, and then they would close the ticket. This is basically the same thing. They're just calling them threads instead of tickets. So you'll always know if you have people waiting on you. So it's a really good thing to have on the dashboard. We have a video here you can watch. I think you can remove this somehow. And below that we have the quick links, and these quick links go to pretty important parts of the site. We can go to the recently sold products, new order. I think we can just add a new order here. We can choose the customer and add a new order from the back end. Pricing rules, I'll go over those in just a minute. They're kind of like vouchers or promotions, I guess. New product, quick link, so you can add a new product. You can see there's a lot of options for each product that we want to add. So we also have a new module if you want to install a new module. Module it extends the functionality of the core Prestashop system. An example of a module may be a newsletter module, or I don't know, maybe a blog type module, stuff that isn't included with the core system. Some are free, some are commercial, and they cost money. Price rule, which I just said was kind of like a voucher. You can add those. There's two different kinds of price rules. There's Catalogue and Cart. I'll get into those in a little bit. New CMS page. Prestashop has a content management system built into it. So if you want to make, say, an about page or a privacy policy page, this is where you would do it. So you give the title. You can add your meta info. You can make a friendly URL. You know, if you want your site /about or something like that, and then you would put the page content. It's a similar setup. If you look at it, it's a similar setup to Joomla, which is a content management system. It's kind of set up like that if you've ever used Joomla. And let's see, we have this configuration checklist, which gives us some important tasks for your website and if they're done or not. You can see our htaccess file's fine, the shop's enabled. And then we have the yellow, which is a warning. It's not necessarily something that needs your attention right away, and that has to do with the cache. And then we have the red, which is something that the system is really recommending you to do. URL rewriting. We haven't done that. Browser cache and compression. We haven't done that either, and we will do that in a little bit. And then we just have some news links for the Prestashop website, so you can stay up to date. You should always keep the system up to date. If they release any kind of patches or anything, you should always get on that. So that's a basic layout of the dashboard. If you look up here, you'll see these little icons, and these are different notifications. And this is really good because if you have, I think this is a new order. If you have a new order, it'll show like a red exclamation mark or something up here, so that you know that I have a new order. New customers, I believe this is, yeah, this will let you know if someone new registered on the site. This here is messages, which I believe is part of the customer service or the ticket system. And then here you just have your merchant expertise, and we don't have any merchant right now, so we'll get into this later. And then we can search. Prestashop 1.5 has a really good search system. Just from this one input box, you can search catalog, customers. You can even search customers by IP address, invoices and orders and modules. So it's a really good search system. And then we have all these navigation links. There's a lot here, but each link pretty much gives us sublinks of everything to do with that aspect of the site. The catalog, this is where we go for our products. So these are the products that are listed here, and we can click on those and edit whatever we need to for that individual product. The pricing, SEO options, just all kinds of stuff. Features like the height and the weight, stuff like that. Customization, attachments, we can have file attachments with the product. Shipping options, which we'll be getting into. Combinations, you can combine different products. So there's a lot here, there's a lot you can do. So that's the product section. Categories, you want to create some categories to put your products in. I'm pretty sure you can have multiple categories for one product. Monitoring, if you've used earlier versions of Prestashop, this was actually called tracking, so it's basically the same thing. It directs you to important pages on your site, such as a category that's empty. If you have a category that has no products in it, it'll display here, and it's recommended that you either put products in it or you disable it. Same thing for products with attributes but without available quantities for sale. Products without attributes, without available quantities for sale. So if you're out of an item, it'll show here. Disabled products will show here as well. Attributes and values. Attributes are, as you can see, things like color, disk space. These are things that the user can choose. Size, if you're selling t-shirts, you'd have size that the user could choose. So those are attributes. We also have features, which are kind of similar, but features the user can't change. Right? So we have height, width, depth, all the sizing information. The user can't choose this. It's just a solid feature of the product, and you can attach these to any product. Manufacturers, this makes it so your users can search through your products by manufacturer. You can see we have Apple and Shure Incorporated. These were just included by default. If you click on it, you can edit the information. You'll see the products for each manufacturer. So, I mean, we'll probably add some more manufacturers here when we add our products. Supplier is kind of the same thing. Image mapping is kind of cool. What that is you can have product images, and you can actually map certain spots in the image and map them to a certain page. So if we have like this image of all these iPods, if the user clicks on, say, the green one, it'll take them to that product page with the green selected. So we can do things like that as well. and tags. Pretty much just keywords that you can attach to products. It makes for a more interactive search for your users. Same thing with attachments. You can upload files and attach those to products as well. Excuse me. Okay, orders. Orders makes it really easy to deal with orders. We'll see when you get a new order in. You can see all the customer information, the date it was purchased. You have the payment info over here, which we have to set up. We'll be setting up a payment system. Right now it's just bank wire and check, and we don't want those. We're going to have some kind of credit card integration. Documents, shipping, you can see the shipping that they chose, which we'll need to set up. Returns, if there's any returns, if this is a product return. So a lot of info on each order you get. Invoices, just like with any e-commerce platform, you can set up invoices. Returns, slips, you can create delivery and credit slips. Statuses, we can have custom statuses. You'll see there's a bunch here. We have payment accepted, shipped, delivered, canceled, payment error. So we can either use some of these or we can create our own. It's just a different statuses of each product, where it's at. So customers, it's a really good customer management system. So we'll list our customers here. We have John Doe as a sample user, shopper. And you can click on him and we can add custom notes about certain customers. We can view all their location information, when they registered on the site, when their last visit was, if they have any tickets open, support tickets, groups. We can create groups for users as well. You can see we have one, he's in the customer group. Addresses, in which products they purchase. So basically any information that you'd want on a customer. Addresses, we can check out the user's addresses that they have on file. Groups, like I said, you can create groups. So we have visitor, guest, customer. You could create special groups and create special promotions for those individual groups. Shopping carts, customer service, which is basically the ticket system. It's a pretty nice system, so you'll get notified when you have a new ticket, or thread as they call it. Let's see, contacts, you can have your list of contacts. Let's go to price rules. Price rules were formerly known as vouchers in earlier versions of Prestashop. So it's basically discounts. If you want to create a discount for maybe a certain group or category, or you can even create price rules for an individual user. So we have both cart rules. So the difference between cart rules and catalog is cart rules will allow you to set up a voucher for an individual customer or group, and a catalog rule allows you to assign price rules or vouchers to an entire category or feature or whatever other options. So it's basically mass vouchers and individual vouchers. Shipping, we don't have any valid shipping methods set up, but there's basically two methods of shipping, and that is by price, by total price, or by total weight, and we can choose which one we want. We can specify handling charges. We can have free shipping if we want to for certain prices. We can choose a carrier down here. So we don't have any set up really right now. We have lots of gadgets, but that's not really a carrier. We can set those up here. Alright, so we can click add new, and and here we could specify the carrier. We could use, say, UPS or FedEx. We could upload their logo. We can have transit time, all kinds of stuff. And for shipping, you should also have localization, all your settings and localization set up. You can import different packages, and this will allow you to have foreign taxes, currencies, and even languages on your site if you want people to be able to view your products in a different language. You can import a localization pack. Alright, so you just want to make sure that all this is filled out. You know, your country, locale, and weight unit, if you want pounds or kilograms, distance. So anything to do with localization, all these taxes. So we get all the taxes here for each state. So I mean, there's a lot of options. Alright, modules. Modules they basically extend the core functionality. You have a certain functionality when you install Prestashop, but if it doesn't offer something that you need or you want, you can look for a module to extend the core system. And from here you can go scroll down and you can see these are all available modules to us. Most of these listed are installed. If they're not, you can just click install. You can see we have like best categories, best customers, best selling products, and we can have these on our home page or wherever we want. A CMS block, that's just like just a static block of text. There's a lot. And you can go to what they call the modules and themes catalog, and you can actually search here for certain modules. I don't know, I'll just say CMS, and you can see add CMS. It's a really good search tool, and it'll show you the name of the module as well as the price. Some are free, but most of these here are premium. So I mean, you can see $200, $350, so they can get pricey, but you can find really good free modules as well. So now I want to show you about themes. In themes, if you go to our front end, this is the default theme that Prestashop comes with, and we can go to Preferences, Themes, and it'll show us the available themes, which we just have the basic default theme. And we have different logos here, you know, one for the website header, one's for emails, one's for invoices, so it makes it look really professional. It's a really I really like the way they handle this, the branding. Now if we click add new, what we would do is download a theme from either Prestashop or from a third party, and we could upload it, FTP it into the theme directory, and then put the theme directory name. But that's a more difficult way. An easier way is to actually use a module, and it should be here by default. Right here, import, export a theme. So this is actually a module that comes with Prestashop, and it allows us to easily upload a Prestashop theme. So we can click configure, and you can see we can actually export our own theme if we want to install on another site, but we have this option here to just choose the file. Now what we would do is just choose the zip file of the theme we want to install, and we would just click install or click next, and it would install it along with all its boxes or modules. Like here you'll see we have like a manufacturer block, a suppliers block. All those would be intact, so that's a much easier and smoother way to install themes on Prestashop. So the last thing I want to show you is the CMS. Like I said, Prestashop has a built-in CMS, and we can go to Preferences, CMS, and from here we can create categories. If you've ever used Joomla or WordPress or Drupal, they all have some kind of category system. So we could create maybe, I don't know, a services category and then add pages of each service with that category. And we can add the pages right here. You'll see we have these. We have an About Us page, legal notices, terms of service. See if I can find it here. So About Us, and here you'll see the About Us page. So those are all coming from the CMS, and that's this area here. So that's the gist of all the really important functions that we need to know about running the store. And there's more. There's maintenance tasks, and there's just SEO URLs, which we'll get into. And then there's advanced parameters where we can import and export comma separated values and stuff like that. We have administration settings, stats, and this will show you different statistics, conversion, zone distribution, all kinds of stuff. And you have a nice navigation block over here as well. So that's basically it for the really important functions. This is the last video of this chapter. I will see you in chapter 3.